I don't think anybody's going to join necessarily because I've only set this up a couple of minutes ago and it's a bit of a surprise, but I'm still going to go ahead and give an introduction to Inktober because it's the 1st of October today. It's actually about 10 p.m. in Japan where I live. I live in Osaka, and I would like to introduce you guys to Inktober. So I'm going to present this as if people are watching right now, and I know that you'll catch up when you've got the time. It's very hot. I've got the aircon on. It's still 30 degrees and I feel extra hot and shiny with this light shining on me. I'm trying to work out the best way to do production here on out on YouTube, for example. So welcome everybody. If you're new to my channel, my name is Misskendaljames and you can find me on all of the things as Misskendaljames. So look out for Instagram and buy me a coffee and linktr.ee/Misskendaljames for a link to everything, and Etsy as well. And if you don't know what Inktober is, then basically it involves ink from a pen and October. You could use ink from a pot or any other kind of ink that you like as well, if you want to. And basically, the idea is that you draw or doodle or put pen to paper or something to paper every day in October. So I'm going to do that this year. I've done it for the last 3 years in a row. This will be my 4th year ever in a row, but it's actually been around for a really, really long time. And there's always a list of prompts. Hello, Lauren, nice to see you. There's always a list of prompts, and what I'm going to do is look through my whole camera reel to find out, to find pictures that I would like to draw from, basically. What I'm going to do next is show you the things that I made last year. These were created live on a website called Heygo, actually. And the ones that I did the year before were also done live on a website called Heygo. And then the first one I ever did, actually, I got really geeky with it and I combined my love of Final Fantasy games with each of the prompts, and that just made a really great series. So at some point down the line, I'll show you that as well. Right, feeling very hot and sweaty, actually, but that's life in Japan in the summer, even though it's October. What I'll do, excuse me being a bit unprofessional about this, I'm set up very professionally, actually, believe it or not, and I will be presenting the sessions very professionally. What I'll do is I'll just show you last year. So there's 31 pieces. I looked through my own camera reels and my camera reel, and I really wanted to create things that were part of Japan. So these are lots of pieces from around Japan. I'll just show you one by one. That first one was called Dreams. Day 2 was Spiders. This one was Path, day 3. Day 4 was Dodge. And day 5 was Map. Some people might remember these things. Day 6 was Gold. Day 7 was Trip. Hi Quinn, nice to see you, thanks for coming. Day 8 was Toad. Day 9 was Bounce. So you can use these prompts as inspiration, basically. Day 10 was Fortune. Now, I've got a creative goal to help everybody be creative in life. A lot of people say, I can't draw, and I just won't have it. I can't draw to a standard that I've created in my head. Fine, that's realistic. But I really want to encourage people to be creative for the sake of their own well-being, for the sake of a better planet, for just the fun of it. So in a moment, I'm going to show you all of the things that I plan to use in this Inktober. It's going to be a really quick and colourful and free and easy Inktober this year from me. You do whatever rules or no rules you like. Do I have something on my head? Probably chocolate. This chocolate just all over me. Let me show you the other things before we get on to that. Day 11 was Wonder. Day 12 was Spicy. Day 13 was Rise. Day 14 was Castle. Day 15 was Dagger. So I've done the Spears of Mochi. Day 16 was Angel. It's myself. Day 16 was Angel. 17 was Demon. 18 was Saddle. 19 was plump. That's how I'm feeling right now because I'm 8 months pregnant. You might not have known, and you might have wondered where all my lives have gone. They went to the heat, and they went to planning, and they went to studying Japanese and all kinds of things. But I hope to be back. Day 20, it was frost. Day 21 was chains. These are all from around Japan, especially around Kansai, because I live in the Kansai area. Day 22 was scratchy. So I live in Osaka now, but I did live in Shiga first. Day 23 was celestial. Day 24 was shallow. Day 25 was dangerous. Fire festival there. Day 26 was remove. This was a 12-layered kimono, so it really took some removing. Let me check. Okay, no messages. Day 27 was beast. Day 28 was sparkle. Day 29 was massive. It's Hogwarts Castle, Universal Studios Japan, just there. Day 30 was rush. And day 31 was fire. That's a fire festival. I think the fire festival got 2 features in this selection. And all of these were done on this lovely watercolor paper by Etcha, which is also a postcard. And they are for sale. So if you saw something you want, please do let me know. They were meant to be sold a year ago, but life really took me through a load of things, I'll just say that. And I moved house, and then I got pregnant, and then all these other things. I got pregnant with my partner, who I love, and will be married soon, and things like that. So it's not just a random occurrence of pregnancy. I'll just say. So yeah, if there's something you want, please do let me know. Please do get in contact with me. I wanted to add them to my Etsy, but I will probably put them on Buy Me a Coffee. But better than that, the colouring book is almost finished. However, if you would like a colouring book to join in along with me because you feel more safe and comfortable in the realm of colouring rather than drawing for now, until I coach you, then you can check out the Etsy 2022 colouring book. It's already available as a PDF. You can just browse it on your phone, be inspired by it, or you could print it out and colour it in if you want to. Other than that, the 2022 was half sold, actually. A buyer bought half of them and then pulled out halfway through, ever so sadly. So I've got a 17 to 31 left available. This was very interesting. For each of the prompts that we had, for every prompt, there was a keyword, a prompt. And then I was doing it live, and I was asking people to tell me what to draw, basically. So there's some quite interesting things that came out of this one. This is done on a much cheaper paper. I want to teach you that you don't have to be using special fancy paper to be able to create things. So please do just use whatever you've got around. You can use serviettes or anything, napkins. I will switch between British and American English because I teach English in Japan, and most people here these days speak American English, and I've got a lot of American friends. So you will hear all kinds of twangs of accents throughout my lives. I do hope you'll join me. I'll stick on this live. It's just a short one, 15 minutes total, so I'm going to be another 6 minutes or so, and I'll walk you through the materials that I've got, and encourage you to go and find some things, because in about 20 minutes I'll do the first Inktober, actually, for this year. Okay, 30 here and 31. You can probably get a real sense of so many different people's contributions to this. Okay, normally I use my stabilizing device, my gimbal, as I'm presenting lives, but this time I'm using a kind of, I don't know what it's called, a heavy weighted stick, which is what I'm also going to use for doing the drawings in a moment. So bear with me. This is me warming up for the rest of it. Hi, Ginny. Yeah, nice to see you. It does seem like yesterday, doesn't it? So what I'll do for the next 5 minutes, and excuse my breathlessness, like I said, 8 months pregnant, so I am going to and sigh and things. I hope you can't hear my air conditioner. I hope I'm not too much of anything or not enough of some things, and I hope you're enjoying it so far. And I'll stop saying hope. When you watch my lives, please do join in, please do chat. I do want to communicate with you. If you watch in a kind of catch-up way later, please do leave comments and like and share, because it will really help me get some reach on this, not necessarily for the sake of myself, but for the sake of helping people learn to be creative just with things that they have lying around. Now, I live in Japan, so I have lots of cute and cool stuff lying around, and I'm an artist already, so I've also got loads of cute and cool stuff lying around that I've collected forever. I've got some quality tools, I've got some cheap tools, and actually this year I'm going to combine everything. I like mixed media. Primarily I'm going to do watercolor, and then I'm going to ink on top of it. I never use pencils. I never use graphite standard pencils. You can if you want, but I want to encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone and just make without worrying what it's going to look like. Okay, I expect this year's Inktober, for the first time ever, is going to be very colorful. In all of my previous years, I've done everything very black and white and kept it uniform. Fully intended to paint last year's, but we'll not talk about last year. It's just been a lot of good things too, so don't worry. But I'm going to use this postcard paper I've got from Etcher, because I've still got loads of it left. There was 100 postcards in the box, and I've probably still got 60 odd left. Yeah, 60 or 50 or so. So I'm going to use those, because also maybe that means I can tag Etcher on Instagram, and maybe they'll share things as well, which is nice. I'm not going to use their paints though, because their paints stressed me out. I think it was their paper that stressed me out. I was using this really high quality paper that they have that's got cotton in it. And I'm used to, when you put your watercolor paint down, you can then use kitchen paper or something to remove the paint from the page. So you can like add and remove, which I'll probably get to show you at some point. But their cotton paper is of such high quality that it just takes all of the paint and it's permanent, which is fine. That's my usual ethos. Whatever happens will happen, and then we work with that. But that's, yeah, I'm not into that. I've got a selection of random pens. Last year I used some quite special pens. This year I'm just using a mixture of whatever I can. It says all of these are pigment pens, which means they're waterproof, which means I can draw first and then put watercolor down after. However, I'm going to do it the other way around this year. I want to teach you guys something different. I also haven't practiced. I've got a sketchbook that I keep always, and I just do random stuff in that all the time. So we're going to learn and grow together as we do each year. I'm going to paint with watercolor first. I've got this watercolor. It's quite cheap actually. This is Japanese. I don't want you to think that means it's really posh and really fancy. It's not. It's just a multitude of colors. Probably cost, if I go with British money, about £10. I think that's about $14 or $15 American. It's really messy and used. So that's like mid-range. You can buy paints for 10 times more money than this, or 10 times less if you like. The 10 times less is really for like 1 and 2 year olds, but sorry, 2 and 3 year olds maybe, but you can still play around with it. My point is, you don't need anything special, you don't need anything new. You do need to use nice lovely things that you already have around your house. This is Sumie paint. If you look for any Japanese paint, you'll get this. So you don't need to know a special brand or a special name, I promise. I do, however, have this beautiful set of pencils that might come into play. Your favourite time of year. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, and welcome. I do have this beautiful set of pencils that somebody gave me. And there's no point just keeping a beautiful set of pencils, just looking like a beautiful set of pencils, is there? We've got to use it. The time is now, guys. We've got to use these pencils. So I'm going to maybe introduce those. So I'm going to lay down watercolor in like block, rushed, quick ways. Then I'm going to ink with whatever I fancy on top. And then maybe I'll add some tonal quality with some coloring pencils or something. But use what you have. I cannot stress that enough. So if you would like to join me in the first Inktober of this year on October 1st, I'm going to set up a live in about 20 minutes. I'm also going to get rid of this sweat here. In about 20 minutes, and I'm going to do that top down. I expect all of them will be 20 to 35 minutes. Expect around 30 minutes. Catch up with them whenever you can. And this year, I think I'm not going to stick to stress myself out by working to strict times, like saying I'll start at exactly this time, this time, this time. It's a bit difficult. I've got acid reflux every day from pregnancy. And also, the statistics show that people actually catch up on my lives more often than they watch them live, although it's so nice to see so many of you watching right now. Thank you. I mean, it's 7, but a lucky, lovely 7. So thank you so much for being here. So if you want to join in, you are going to need just paper and pen, to be honest, paper and pen. But I'm going to use watercolor brushes, and I'm going to have kitchen roll and water next to me, two waters, one to keep nice and clean and one that can get dirty if I need to. Hopefully it's all going to dry before our very eyes because it's warm here. And then I'm going to use this variety of pens to just quickly, really quickly, without really thinking about it, color in the gaps. I've not practiced this. This is just like an idea. So you need paints, water, paint brushes, kitchen paper if you want to do the paint side, or you just need pen and paper. And then if you like, you can use other things, crayons, oil pastels, coloring pencils, whatever you like. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's 2 minutes longer than I intended it to be. I hope you've had a nice time with me. Let me see what Ginny just said here. Have to get over to, that's probably Brighton, to look after my boys, so Ali will watch later. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll try and add a link to the official Inktober prompts. The one today is backpack. I'm going to use my archive of pictures from the last year and a bit, and we'll be drawing my stuffed toy basically. But this will be, I don't know, personal and fun to me this year. But my goal is to help you be creative and stop saying silly things like, I can't draw, because you can. Even if you don't have hands, you can draw. If you can make a mark, you can draw. Drawing is mark making, okay? So get all those expectations out of your head and just have fun. For goodness sakes, just have fun. Okay, I'm gonna like cool down this glazed up face, get myself some water, and see you in about 20 minutes, okay? I'll try and make a live ready, and then you can join it so you can wait if you want to. But thank you so much, everybody around the world. I can't wait to see you. And please do check out buymeacoffee.com/Misskendaljames. You can see my blog posts that I put up yesterday. I need some interaction so I know you guys are there. Otherwise, there's no point me writing it into the ether of everything. But there's links to all kinds of lovely new YouTube videos I've made. I'm really doing my best to get back into the game. And yeah, soon I'll have no money and no job. So well, I could have a job, but then I wouldn't be able to breastfeed like a machine all day long. So please do help and support me if you can. All right, catch you guys later. It's my big finger going to come in and turn this off. Thank you all. Bye bye.